This is communication the workers are saying comes from the Department of Mineral Resources.
Definitely. Actually, Thabo, we are in Mahikeng. We are on a very popular road coming into Mahikeng via the N4. Where it's popularly known as a hiking spot. Now, in the morning when I passed here, there were a lot of people on this particular road. And when I stopped and asked them where they're going, they said that they are making their way back to Rustenburg because their employer, Impala Platinum, has ordered every employee to report for work tomorrow morning. So it seems as though that's the confirmed communication from Impala itself, that all employees should be reporting to work in all of their shafts. Now, Thabo, we are talking about over 40,000 people that will be reporting to work tomorrow. And like you said, from the letter that I read coming from Impala itself, they said that they got this permission for all of the employees to make their way to work tomorrow from the DMR, the Department of Mineral Resources. But now the question is, it is during the lockdown, and from what we understand, mines are not part of essential services. Now, if that is the case, if the DMR has released that kind of confirmation for this particular mine to go back to full operation tomorrow, how is it that the DMR overrides the president's lockdown regulation? That's number one. Number two, how possible is it for the mine to practice social distancing? Talking from the cage itself, the cage that takes the people down underground, that cage takes about 150 people at once, Thabo. Now, how is that possible to practice social distancing at a mine if a cage on its own takes so many people? And secondly, the country right now, Thabo, is running very low on PPEs for medical personnel. Now, the question is, how does this mine ensure that every single worker at the mine has a mask, has a glove, has sanitizers every day? And remember, even those masks and gloves need to be changed every 4 hours or so. So how does the mine ensure that they have this protective gear to ensure that their employees are safe? And remember, Thabo, right now in the Northwest, there are 15 confirmed cases. But out of those 15, none of them come from Kanyane and Zinhle. That's in Rustenburg. Those are two big townships in Rustenburg. And I know for a fact that there are employees that live, employees of Impala that live in Zinhle and that live in Kanyane. So this is the epicenter of this coronavirus here in the Northwest. But people that live in Rustenburg are expected to report to work tomorrow. And obviously the unions have put front their view and their statement. I know NUM and AMCU particularly have released statements saying that they do not support this move, that their members have every right to not report for work tomorrow because this is putting their lives at risk. So the unions are against this, but it seems like the DMR is pushing this, and the Impala owners as well are pushing for production, because you can imagine how much mines are losing every day. They are losing millions of rands every day during this lockdown. So it seems as though the Impala Platinum mine wants to kind of compensate and try and push production, but at the expense of the employees.
Now, Zinhle, according to the letter that you've read, are you saying this is a return to full-scale operation, not a scaled-down approach with maybe skeleton staff?
Definitely full-scale operation. They are restarting the operation. That's what the letter said, as well as the SMS that has been sent to all employees, that it is a crucial time of the mine, and it is important for every single employee of the mine to report for work tomorrow. So that's the communication that I have read. That's the communication that has been sent to every single employee. But also, we've tried to get in contact with Impala, but they have said to us that they are not bringing every single employee back to work. They're saying that they are doing it in certain sections, and so that it's impossible for them to expect 40,000 employees to report for work tomorrow. But in contrary to their communication to the employees itself, their communication is very clear. It says all employees must report to work tomorrow morning.
And as far as that communication is concerned, does it outline to the employees what safety measures they need to take as they're coming back to work, and what measures would be adhered to as far as the regulations that are in place, and the social distancing that must be maintained, and all the protective equipment that is required?
Not at all, Thabo. The communication does not touch at all on the precautionary measures that the mine is going to be taking to ensure that the employees that will be reporting to work will be safe. We did speak to AMCU, who said that they, according to the information they have, there will be some kind of screening that will be happening at the mine tomorrow morning. We understand the Department of Health in the province is currently doing screenings in Kanyane and in Zinhle this whole week, just supporting people that live in those two townships to come out and get screened at least. And if then you are flagged as a suspected case, then you are then referred to go and test. So we understand from the information we got from AMCU that some sort of screening will be happening at the shafts of Impala, but also, I mean, you can imagine what confusion this is bringing, because the provincial health department is currently doing screenings, which, by the way, Thabo, from those screenings in Rustenburg, 18 cases of suspected patients have been referred to tests. So we are expecting numbers in Rustenburg particularly to rise after those test results come up. And in the midst of this whole pandemic, then this mine demands that the employees report to work, and in the epicenter of this virus in the northwest.
All right,